Dabo had some poignant words for his team and then the media. I don't have the quote in front of me to quote it verbatim. However, it was something along these lines. He said, "Congratulations, team. We are the first team since 1966 to start the season as number 1, go undefeated, and end the season at number 3. So congratulations on making history." Obviously very tongue-in-cheek. He does not seem too pleased with the fact that they are number 3. However, at least they're still in the playoffs. What do you make of his comments? Do you think he has a point? Do you think Clemson, after starting number 1, still should have been number 1?
No, because while they've dominated, they dominated teams that aren't that impressive. When you look at the Big Ten and the SEC, there's much more better teams, and the conference play is much more difficult. Clemson played top 25 teams at the time they were in the top 25, but after the season was all said and done,
not a single
one was in the top 25. And yes, they are still a very good team. They still have a very good defense.
I don't think anyone's arguing
Trevor Lawrence, actually, the last couple games, I saw some stats, was playing a little better than actually Joe Burrows.
Uh-huh.
And, if you're an Ohio State fan, you're probably a little worried because you just don't know. I mean,
isn't Clemson favored in that game right now?
They're a 2-point favorite right now.
It's pretty far out, but still.
Yeah. So, I think he just wanted to add some fuel to that fire for that team to get them riled up and ready to go and go into Ohio State, or not into Ohio State, but go to play Ohio State and making sure they give it all they got.
Yeah, I think it's partly to rile his team up, but I think he's also a little salty about it.
For sure.
And I kind of get his frustration. He's like, what more do we have to do? And you said, obviously, it's no surprise that Clemson has played one of the weakest schedules of any of these playoff teams. Well, no, undoubtedly the weakest schedule
for sure
of any of the 4 teams. And it's not all their fault. The ACC is trash, and they can't do anything about that. Could they schedule more out-of-conference games against top teams? Sure, but no one does that.
Right.
At the same time, though, if you're in that situation and you have a game where you only beat North Carolina by 1 point, and there are also 2 other teams who have much stronger schedules who also went undefeated, I see no reason why Clemson should have stayed at number 1. Now, granted, if there were no playoff, this would be a much bigger issue, but this is why we have a playoff system now, and it's not just the BCS picking the top 2 teams for the national championship.
Yeah, go out and prove it.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Dabo, you think your team
one.
is the best team in the country? Yeah. Go out and prove it by beating the two other teams that everybody has been cheering for and on their bandwagon all year long.